the currency, of course, has declined for 5 weeks in a row, and 1% fall coming in just this morning straight, 57.70. Lifetime low, Manisha?
Well, yes, Tanveer, and it's just 1.5 hour into trade, and we have declined more than 1% into the markets, and this is after 5.5% of decline coming in for the last 5 weeks, and you have seen the rupee decline 8% in the last 4 months. So this is a free fall really coming in today. The opening trade itself was 0.25% on the lower side, and then after every tick, you have seen the rupee make a fresh record low into the markets there. Well, the pressuring points have been many, as we have been talking about. First of all, it really is the sentiment which really has dampened into the markets. You have seen the strength coming in for US dollar. Most of the Asian currencies are on the weaker side, but rupee clearly is the worst performer in the region here. Apart from that, you have seen very strong dollar demand coming in from the importers and from the RBI or the custodian banks itself, and that's what is really putting pressure. The strength in crude oil prices, the rise in CAD, all of that is impacting the prices. Apart from that, you also have seen a statement coming in from RBI in the previous week that the retail inflation is still on the higher side, and that has dampened much of your expectation of an interest rate cut on RBI policy review on 17th of Jan. All of that really impacting. Though in the last few days, you also have seen Indian government ease FII investment steps into markets. Also, they have done away with the sublimits, withholding tax on the debt investment. So they really seem to be making some efforts into that one. The gold imports also have been dampened. You have seen the import duty go up onto that one. The monsoons are looking positive. So these are 4 or 5 positive things also that could be coming into the Indian rupee. But at this point in time, the rupee really seems to be looking at the weaker factors. Going forward, you really have the dealing rooms telling you that at this point in time, they are not buying into the market, though. The strong dollar view is what is prevalent into the markets. And the way the rupee has been falling down, 59.5 is a level that you are getting to hear from most of the dealing rooms in the Indian markets there. Though if you read at the international bank reviews, you have a report out from Deutsche Bank which says that they are expecting the rupee to strengthen in the second half of 2013. You also have a level coming in from Bank of America Merrill Lynch. They are looking at a level of 54.40 by June end. But at this point in time, for the very near term, it really is short rupee policy that the markets are going on with.
Yes, let's listen in to Raghuram Rajan, Chief Economic Advisor, with his thoughts on the falling rupee.
When we look at the rupee, we should be also cognizant of the fact that emerging market currencies around the world have been depreciating relative to the dollar. Obviously, in the government, we don't like to see volatility in the rupee. The RBI has also said that it would like to have lower volatility. The RBI decides, when it doesn't like volatility and decides when and if it wants to intervene. Again, I will reiterate that the weakness of the rupee at this point is consistent with patterns of other emerging markets. Of course, we have a large current account deficit, and emerging markets with larger current account deficits have depreciated more. This could be a temporary phenomenon. It's hard to tell. But again, let me reiterate, the government is not supportive of volatility in the rupee, and we would like more stability. We do not have a specific number in mind at which we think the rupee should be at. Again, let me stop at that.
Will you take any measures to reduce volatility?
The government talks about medium-term measures. I think those medium-term measures that we have taken in the past, that we will continue taking, will help allow the rupee to find a level that is consistent with the sustainable growth of this country. The measures we have taken, including making it easier for capital flows to enter the country, but also measures that try and shift the pattern of our imports. We did take some action on gold in recent days, as you well know, but also facilitating exports. I think we are heartened by the stronger growth in exports in the last few months. We hope that to continue. So naturally, over time, the current account deficit, especially if commodity prices stay low, will tighten. And the steps we've taken to finance that current account deficit in a stable way will help preserve a more stable value for the rupee. Again, we are undergoing a period of volatility across the world. We do not expect this volatility to persist. And all I can say is, from the government side, we are focused on creating the conditions for a stable financing of the current account deficit.
You've got comments coming from the Economic Affairs Secretary, and he's reacting to the rupee now. Don't think rupee needs to take steps on RBI fall. So he's clearly communicating that as of now, government is not very worried. Rupee is weakening along with other currencies. I don't think that is true, because in last 15 days, the dollar index in fact has strengthened. Panic over rupee fall is unwarranted. So there is panic according to the government in the Indian currency. Hike in FI debt cap not imminent as of now. Well, you can dissect these flashes, and you can really attribute to this kind of a flash. Okay.
Yeah, I think we can just toss across to Mr. Arvind Mayaram, and he's the DA Secretary, talking about the rupee.
From the government, what do you see?
No, I don't think the government needs to take any measures. We are watching the situation closely. But there is, if you see, weakening of all currencies vis-a-vis dollar. So rupee is also not unaffected in that sense. But I think this is panic in the market, which is unwarranted, because this started off with the misinterpretation of what the Federal Reserve Chairman had spoken of in terms of the quantitative easing. They have now more than clarified that this is not imminent, neither it's going to be something which will happen quickly. So I think this will settle down in a while, and I don't think we should unduly get worried, but we are watching the situation.
Are you planning to attract long-term funds like sovereign wealth funds?
No, that is not just on account of what is happening to the rupee at the moment. Sovereign wealth funds we will attract because we require investment in the country, and therefore we need to attract long-term funds in any case. So that I think we will continue to do, which we have been doing also in the past. We will continue.
Hiking FI capital debt instruments, is that something, because in any case in the GSEC segment 75% has been utilized?
No, but that we continue to watch as and when it is required. But I mean, it's not a decision imminent just now that we will do for this reason. I don't think we should. Okay. I don't think we should look at it like that.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.